Welcome back to the channel Golden Hyra Coin, everyone. Today I have something really exciting for all coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. We are diving deep into the story, the history, and the market value of a coin that so many people overlook in their everyday pocket change, yet it has the potential to be worth hundreds of dollars. Yes, we are talking about the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the year 1986 with the D mint mark. This is a coin that might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but the truth is that its background, its history, and its value in today's market are far from ordinary. Now let's start with the basics. The 1986 quarter dollar, also known as the Washington Quarter, is part of the series that began in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The obverse of the coin proudly shows the bust of George Washington facing left, designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse displays the iconic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. Even though it might seem like just another quarter that we see every day, the 1986 D has hidden gems for collectors, and that is what makes it worth exploring in detail. The letter D that you see under the motto "In God We Trust" is not just a random mark. It represents the Denver Mint, one of the major coin-producing facilities of the United States Mint. In 1986, the Denver Mint struck millions of these quarters. However, here is where the story gets interesting. Not all of them are the same. Some of these coins have special characteristics, minting errors, or high grades that make them highly desirable for collectors, pushing their value from just 25 cents all the way into the hundreds of dollars. So, how do we go from a simple quarter to a coin worth around $442 in the current market? The key is in the details. First, the condition of the coin matters more than most people think. If your 1986 D quarter is heavily circulated, scratched, or worn down, then unfortunately it will most likely only be worth face value. But if you happen to have one that is in uncirculated condition, with sharp details and lustrous surfaces, then you are holding something that could command a strong premium. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that look as fresh as the day they were minted almost 40 years ago. Now let us talk about minting errors, which are the hidden jackpots in the world of coin collecting. Errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, planchet errors, clipped planchets, and even coins that were struck on the wrong planchet altogether. Imagine finding a quarter that was accidentally struck on a nickel planchet, or even a foreign coin blank. These mistakes are rare, and that rarity is exactly what drives the value up. Some 1986 D era quarters have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction because collectors love owning something unique that tells a story of imperfection in the minting process. Another factor to pay attention to is grading. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC examine coins carefully and assign them a grade based on their condition, from poor all the way to mint state 70. A 1986 D quarter graded in mint state with perfect or near perfect qualities can easily reach prices of more than $400, and in some rare cases, even more. When a collector sees that a coin is graded and encapsulated in a protective holder, it gives confidence in authenticity and condition, which boosts demand and price. It is also important to remember that the value of coins does not exist in isolation. The market for coins is influenced by demand from collectors, scarcity of certain varieties, and the general interest in American numismatic history. The 1986 D quarter may not seem like a key date at first glance, but as collectors build complete sets of Washington quarters or seek high-grade examples from the 1980s, this coin suddenly becomes more valuable than you might expect. This is why we are seeing market values today hitting the range of $442 for specific coins. Let's not forget the historical backdrop. In 1986, the United States was experiencing significant cultural and political moments. It was the year that marked the centennial of the Statue of Liberty, with celebrations across the country. It was also the era of Ronald Reagan's presidency, the Space Shuttle Challenger tragedy, and a time when American coinage was firmly transitioning into modern circulation habits. Holding a quarter from 1986 is not just holding a piece of metal, it is holding a snapshot of American history, a coin that circulated in the pockets of people during an unforgettable decade. So, what should you do if you have a 1980 60 quarter in your collection, or if you stumble across one in change? The first step is to carefully examine it. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, and that original mint luster. Next, check for errors or unusual features, because those can skyrocket the value. And finally, if you believe you have something special, consider submitting it to a grading service for authentication. That could be the difference between a quarter that sits in a jar and a quarter that sells for hundreds of dollars to a passionate collector. Friends, coin collecting is like treasure hunting. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin in your hand could be the key to a small fortune. The 1980 60 Liberty Quarter Dollar is a perfect example of that. From history to rarity, from mint errors to high grades, it is a coin that has captured attention and has a current market value reaching $442. So next time you get change back from the store or go through that jar of coins in the kitchen, do not just toss those quarters aside. Take a moment to look closer, because you might be holding a hidden gem. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 1980 60 Liberty Quarter, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more fascinating coin stories. Who knows? The next coin we talk about might be sitting right in your pocket right now. Would you like me to also make a shortened version of this script that is punchier and designed for YouTube Shorts, under 60 seconds, so you can reach both long watch and short watch audiences? Today we will dive deep into the fascinating world of American coins and their hidden treasures. In this video we are going to talk about a coin that so many people have in their pocket change or tucked away in a jar at home, yet very few realize how valuable it can truly be. I am talking about the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the year 1988 with the P Mint mark. Do not let its ordinary appearance fool you, because this coin has a story to tell, a rich history behind its design, and in certain conditions it can be worth much more than you might imagine, with market values even reaching an incredible $442 today. Let us start with the basics. The Liberty Quarter Dollar that we are looking at is a Washington quarter, part of a series that has been circulating since 1932. On the front, also called the obverse, you will see the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. Above his head the word Liberty is boldly inscribed, and just below the portrait you can find the mint mark. If your coin has a small letter P right next to Washington's ponytail, that means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1988. Now, you might think there is nothing special about this since millions upon millions of quarters were made that year, but the truth is certain errors, high-grade conditions, and rare varieties make this coin a treasure in the numismatic market. The reverse side, or the back of the coin, features the majestic image of a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons while standing on an olive branch. This design was chosen to symbolize both strength and peace, reminding every American who used it that their currency carried both history and symbolism. Above the eagle you can read United States of America and the famous phrase E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many one. At the bottom you see the denomination quarter dollar. To the untrained eye this all looks like a regular coin, but collectors know the smallest differences can turn an everyday quarter into a valuable rarity. Now let us dive into why the 1988 P Liberty Quarter can reach values up to $442 in today's market. Condition is the first key factor. Coins are graded on a scale from poor condition all the way to mint state or MS, and only the highest graded coins command the big money. A regular circulated 1988 P quarter may only be worth its face value of 25 cents, but an uncirculated gem with sharp details, clean surfaces, and no scratches or wear can catch the eye of collectors and sell for hundreds of dollars. In fact, some rare examples graded MS-67 or MS-68 have been auctioned for astonishing prices, climbing into the $400 range. Another factor is mint errors. The United States Mint produces coins in massive numbers, and occasionally mistakes slip through. Some 1988 P quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, double dies, or weak strikes where the design looks blurred or incomplete. These error coins are highly desirable because each one is unique. No two look exactly alike, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. Imagine finding one of these era coins in your spare change and realizing that a simple quarter could be worth hundreds of dollars. But beyond the market value, this coin also carries historical importance. Think about 1988 for a moment. America was in the late years of the Cold War, Ronald Reagan was president, and the economy was shifting rapidly. The quarter you see from that year is not just a piece of metal, it is a time capsule that connects you to a specific moment in history. Every coin has passed through countless hands, maybe used in payphones, vending machines, grocery stores, or even tucked away in someone's collection for decades. When you hold a 1988 P Liberty quarter, you are holding a piece of American history and culture. Now let us talk more about the market. Collectors today are always looking for high-grade quarters from the 1980s, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, because they are harder to find in pristine condition. The average person who kept a coin from circulation in 1988 would not have preserved it carefully, so finding one that looks like it just rolled out of the mint is rare. This scarcity drives the value higher. In today's market, a certified mint state 1988 P quarter can easily fetch over $100, and in the very top grades auction results have proven they can reach and even surpass $442. That is an incredible return on what was once just 25 cents. So what should you do if you have a 1988 P Liberty quarter dollar? First, check the condition. Look for sharp details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Make sure there are no scratches, heavy marks, or signs of wear. If it looks flawless, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Having your coin graded and certified can increase its value significantly because buyers know exactly what they are getting. Second, check for mint errors. Look closely for doubling in the letters, numbers, or the eagle's wings. See if the design looks off-center or unusual. These little quirks could mean the difference between pocket change and a valuable rarity. Collectors often say that coin collecting is like a treasure hunt, and the 1988 P Liberty quarter dollar proves that is absolutely true. Every coin in your possession could hide a secret. It could look ordinary, but under the right circumstances it might be worth a fortune. Imagine the excitement of discovering that a coin you have had all these years is worth more than $400. That thrill is what keeps the hobby alive and exciting for people of all ages. So the next time you come across a quarter from 1988 with the P Mint mark, do not just spend it right away. Take a closer look. Inspect it carefully because you might be holding something that is far more valuable than its face value. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a reminder that history and value often hide in plain sight. In conclusion, the 1988 P Liberty quarter dollar is not just another coin. It is a blend of American heritage, artistry, and unexpected value. With its iconic design, its place in history, and its potential to be worth hundreds of dollars in today's market, it is a coin that every collector should keep an eye on. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe the next coin you find will be the treasure that changes your collection forever. Would you like me to expand this script even further with storytelling hooks at the beginning and a call to action for viewers at the end? Like asking them to check their own coins and comment? That will make it even more engaging for YouTube.